Spurs announced the appointment of Fabio Paratici, the new managing director of football at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Daniel Levy's club statement and the latest on former Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Christian Eriksen. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. In today's video, I'll be going through all of the Tottenham news, all of the rumours and all of the reports. And if you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Just before I get into today's video, make sure that you download the OneFootball app for all of the live football scores, results and news, as well as getting all of the latest Spurs news on this channel. You can also see it all here. Download the OneFootball app to keep up to date with everything Tottenham Hotspur, club news, transfer news, match information, videos, tables and results from all around the world. Don't miss out, and please do let me know what you think of this app. Let's start the video by talking about Euro 2020. 3 games took place on Saturday. In Group A, Wales drew 1-1 against Switzerland. In Group B, Denmark lost 1-0 against Finland. And Belgium beat Russia 3-0. 3 games will take place on Sunday. 2 games in Group C. Austria against North Macedonia and Netherlands will take on Ukraine. And then, of course, England will be in action in Group D against Croatia at Wembley Stadium, 2 PM kickoff. Now, in the comment section below, please do let me know your score prediction. On Saturday afternoon, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club released the following official statement. The club is delighted to announce the appointment of Fabio Paratici as Managing Director of Football with effect from the 1st of July 2021. Fabio will be responsible for managing and developing the club's sporting operations at the club, facilities and footballing infrastructure. Fabio will join us after 11 successful years at Juventus. Initially appointed technical area coordinator in 2010, he took up the role of sports director in 2011, responsible for restructuring scouting, the academy and the delivery of Juventus women and Juventus under-23s. In November 2018, he assumed the position of Chief Football Officer, and from October 2020, that of Managing Director of the football area. During that time, Juventus won a total of 19 titles and trophies, including their first Serie A title in 8 seasons in the 2011-2012 season, sparking a run of 9 successive league titles, as well as 5 Coppa Italia titles. Talking about his new appointment, Fabio Paratici said, "I'm thrilled by this fantastic opportunity and I thank the club and the chairman for the trust in me. Tottenham is one of the top clubs in the UK and in Europe with an ambitious long-term plan. I will dedicate all of myself to this new venture and look forward to working with the management team to write a new and hopefully successful chapter in the club's history." Tottenham Hotspur chairman Daniel Levy was talking about the appointment of Fabio Paratici and said, "I've known Fabio for a number of years and he brings with him a wealth of experience in scouting, youth and football operations. He has an outstanding track record in assembling competitive squads. As we all know, Juventus have been a highly successful club and he has been a major part of that. He will be a great addition to the management structure. I'm delighted that he will be heading up the football side of the club as we look ahead to next season." A report has been published by the Daily Express and they are stating that Leicester City join Liverpool, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur in Patson Daka transfer hunt. Leicester City are the latest Premier League outfit to join the race for the signature of RB Salzburg's sensation Patson Daka. The striker enjoyed a spectacular campaign, scoring 29 goals in 36 games, which has put a number of top clubs, including Tottenham Hotspur, on high alert. Later on in this report, it says that if Tottenham Hotspur took his fancy, it is virtually assumed that he would be a backup to Harry Kane unless the Englishman completes a lucrative transfer elsewhere this summer. On Saturday afternoon, Tottenham Hotspur released a video showing Chairman Daniel Levy answering questions from the Spurs media team. One of those questions was about Harry Kane possibly leaving the club this summer. And he said, "All I will say is his frustrations in not winning are shared by me and all of the fans and players. We all want to win." One of the items that Fabio will have to deal with when he comes in is which players are going to be retained and which players are going to be asked to look for other clubs. There is a market out there. What we want and what other clubs want is not always possible to achieve. We will do whatever is right for the club. Daniel Levy then went on to say, we have to be realistic where we are. We are still in a pandemic. The consequences for this club have been more severe than any other club in the Premier League. Over £200 million of lost revenue. Revenue we cannot recover. The timing of our new stadium could not have been worse. We have the most expensive stadium in Europe, the highest level of debt of any club. Fortunately for us, it is long term and we are in a good financial position in that sense. We've not been getting the revenues we had hoped for from the stadium, and as a consequence, we have to be careful over the coming years and be prudent. Our duty is to protect the club even though we want to win. We will spend, but we are a self-sustaining club. We have to be sensible. Sometimes the fans think that we should be spending, but there have to be circumstances when the coach hasn't wanted to spend on a player. We will make investments in the squad. Daniel Levy then went on to talk about where the club was 2 years ago, of course in a Champions League final, and now we have qualified for the UEFA Europa Conference League. Daniel Levy said things can change so quickly. We all know where we were 2 years ago. Are we satisfied with where we are today? Absolutely not. We need to turn it around, but we need to make sure that this club is in a sound financial position in the years ahead. We need success on the pitch now. My view is that we have unfinished business. If you haven't seen this interview with Chairman Daniel Levy, please do check it out. All of the details are below. During the Euro 2020 game between Denmark and Finland, former Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Christian Eriksen, 29, collapsed after 41 minutes and received CPR on the pitch as his distressed teammates surrounded him and fans around the world watched in shock. After approximately 15 minutes of treatment on the pitch, the Inter Milan star was carried off on a stretcher. Supporters from both countries chanted his name while both sets of teams spent the next half hour in the dressing rooms. I've got to say it was very distressing watching Christian Eriksen on the pitch. Absolutely awful. The game was actually postponed, and then an official statement came out from UEFA which said, following the medical emergency for Christian Eriksen, a crisis meeting has taken place with both teams and match officials, and further information will be communicated at 7:45 Central European time. The player has been transferred to the hospital and has been stabilised. Everyone, of course, was extremely worried about the welfare of the former Tottenham Hotspur star. An official statement then came out from Denmark Football Association, and they stated that Christian Eriksen is awake and is undergoing further examinations at hospital. Then his agent said Christian Eriksen breathes and can speak. He is awake. Eriksen's agent then said Christian Eriksen is out of danger. His father just told me from hospital he's able to speak. And then another statement came out from UEFA which said, following the request made by the players of both teams, UEFA has agreed to restart the game between Denmark and Finland tonight at 8:30 Central European time. And from other reports that I've read, Christian Eriksen actually FaceTimed the Denmark squad, told them to play the game and told them that he is okay. Italian journalist Fabio Romano actually confirmed that. He tweeted, Christian Eriksen had a FaceTime call with his teammates from the hospital and asked them to play the game tonight as he feels better now. Of course, all of our thoughts and prayers go to Christian Eriksen right now. It was a very, very scary time watching that game, seeing Christian Eriksen, you know, laying on the pitch there. It was absolutely awful. You know, I know every single fan, it don't matter what team you support, you know, our hearts went out to Christian Eriksen. And, you know, certainly us Tottenham fans, we know him very, very well. Tottenham Hotspur tweeted, get well soon, Christian. The whole Spurs family is with you. The Premier League tweeted, all of the Premier League send our thoughts to Christian Eriksen and his family. Manchester United, keeping Christian Eriksen in our thoughts and prayers. FC Barcelona, stay strong, Christian. Even Arsenal Football Club, we're thinking of Christian Eriksen, his family tonight, wishing you all of the best in your recovery. Lots and lots of messages on Twitter, other social media platforms, you know, full of support for Christian Eriksen. So, you know, let's hope that he has a very speedy recovery and gets every bit of help that he needs right now. A report was published late Saturday evening by the Daily Mail, all on Christian Eriksen, and it states that Christian Eriksen's ex-Tottenham doctor claims it's a miracle he survived a probable cardiac arrest after collapsing in Euro 2020 game, and warns no fitness tests are foolproof in football. The report states that Christian Eriksen probably suffered a cardiac arrest, but staged a remarkable recovery, according to his former cardiologist at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Professor Sanjay Sharma, who put the former Tottenham Hotspur midfielder through an annual battery of tests between 2013 and 2020, said Erickson had no known history of heart problems, but that no tests were foolproof. He said the 29-year-old Denmark star appeared to have recovered very quickly, given reports that his heart had stopped for 5 minutes. Professor Sharma told the Mail on Sunday, if they did aggressive CPR on him and they did have to use a defibrillator, then I would call this a primary cardiac arrest as a result of the heart going into a bad rhythm. What I saw was when he ran towards the ball, he completely lost his legs. Clearly at that point, something had gone terribly wrong. He became floppy, he hit the ground and started fitting. He then went on to say, the moment you hit the ground to the moment they get your heart started again is known as downtime. The longer your downtime, the worse your outlook. For every minute that they don't get you back, you haven't got a good CPR, then the chance of you surviving goes down by about 7%. Normally with someone who has had downtime for about 5 or 6 minutes, if they get them back, they're in such a bad way that they have to be ventilated with a tube going down their throat, helping them to breathe. But remember, Christian Eriksen is a very young, fit man. He is not like elderly people who have a cardiac arrest outside Sainsbury's. This is a guy with fantastic circulation. He then went on to say, from the day we signed him at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, it was my job to screen him, and we tested him every year. So certainly his tests up to 2019 were completely normal, with no obvious underlying cardiac fault. Every single year he was tested, I can vouch for that because I did the tests. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do put all of your thoughts and comments in the comment section below on everything I've spoken about in today's video. If you don't subscribe to the channel as yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the England game on Sunday afternoon. Stay safe and well. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, come on you Spurs.